Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Angel. We're doing Battle 6 Mission 2 today of TFTC Reimagined Let's Play with developer commentary. And it's always fun to do a Convoy Escort, so let's do that, shall we? Admiral Zaarin's thirst for new technologies for the Empire continues. In addition to the new TIE Defender project, he has also been developing beam weapon technology for use on starfighters such as tractor or jamming beams. The tactical advantages of such technologies are obvious. Zaarin has arranged for a large convoy of supplies and equipment from the Zaarin shipyards to be delivered to his base to continue this research and development. You have been assigned to help escort this convoy to Zaarin's base safely. Given the rebels' recent attack on his base and their disabling of its perimeter defenses, we can expect that they may try to intercept this convoy en route to the base. You will again be flying a TIE Advanced fighter designated Alpha 1 with 3 wingmen armed with advanced concussion missiles. There will also be 2 heavy frigates in the fleet, providing heavy firepower and their own complement of regular TIEs to support you. The rebels appear to be using some form of new warhead technology that we are still trying to analyze. Should any attack occur, be sure to prioritize any incoming torpedo attacks if our frigate's defenses are disabled.
The Emperor is most disturbed by the security at Zaarin's research facility. You must try to gather evidence where you can on who may be responsible for this, as we suspect once again that someone within the Imperial Navy gave the rebels the necessary codes to disable the perimeter defense.
Seems there's always some kind of traitors and spies within the Empire. God damn it. Okay, so this is basically very loosely based on Mission 3 of Battle 6 Classic. That one basically had you at Zaarin's base while you waited for, I think it was basically a single freighter to make a transfer of supplies. I decided to make this much bigger because one thing I'm trying to establish with this campaign is the resources available to Grand Admiral Zaarin. I mean, he's a Grand Admiral. He has the ear of the Emperor. He's going to have a lot of resources at his disposal. So, especially for something like his thirst for new technologies, as I said in the briefing, to take down as many of the we're going to have a nice big convoy here with lots of supplies and technology and whatnot. And we're also going to start establishing the kind of fleet resources that Grand Admiral Zaarin has at his disposal. And it was important for me to try and do this because, obviously, when Zaarin turns traitor, this is a much bigger thing than when Harkov did it, because Zaarin is actively trying to take over the Empire. So here, this is Zaarin. It took a while for me to consider what planet I actually wanted this to be, but this is another backdrop, low orbit backdrop with DTM, by DTM rather. And it's a little laggy here, but I tried to fit as many ships and infrastructure as I could. And you can see the size of this convoy as well. We've got a Golan station, we've got a shipyard, a couple of Star Destroyers. So it makes it look busy and interesting. But yeah, this is a big convoy, and we've also got 2 Ecliptic Star Frigates, they're called. If you don't recognise them, they're... The Rand Ecliptic is one such type, and that is from EU Canon. I think one of Luke's friends served on one of these ships, I can't recall. But yeah, here it is. It's basically like a pocket destroyer.
Admiral Zaarin appears to be shipping large.
Interesting design, I quite like it. It's got its own hangar as well, so we can support some TIEs. So yeah, they're flanking the convoy. We've got some TIE Advanced to help.
This is somewhat beyond.
And as far as the secret order goes for this one, we're just doing a bit of inspection to see what Zaarin's up to. And it seems he's basically carrying more than expected, so more supplies, more arms and munitions than, you know, why would he want that? Just little bits of foreshadowing to what he's preparing for in Battle 7. So yeah, we've got a midpoint here, and it's basically a holding action until the convoy can enter hyperspace back to Zaarin's research base. The rebels attack from two directions here in several large waves. So the player kind of has to decide which one he wants to engage. It doesn't really matter. They're both waves, or both groups are pretty much equal in strength. But I wanted to try and this kind of pincer attack by the rebels to try and split up forces. You are going to lose convoy ships in this mission. The threshold is 50%, and you can lose it if you don't take out enough of them quickly. But I thought it added a bit of spectacle here, and a bit of fun that you're sort of weaving in and out of convoy ships trying to destroy enemy fighters, making it visually certainly a bit more interesting to watch. Critical points of failure in this mission really are either you don't save enough of the convoy, you can see we've already lost 21% of the convoy, and the loss of the frigates. The rebels are going to again be using the mag pulse, and the frigates are rather vulnerable to this. As soon as they go down, the torpedoes really start doing a lot of damage to them. So you do have to take out the Y-wings, and probably the best thing to do is to try and take out a bunch on one ship and then switch to the other group attacking the other frigate and try and take some out there, because otherwise one of them is certainly going to die if you don't do something about it. And here we have the X4 gunship. This is the only time they show up, at least so far, but I added these in as a possible alternative ship. So they're basically a heavy gunship, and I think they're from Star Wars Galaxies. And that's one of two ships, at least, that I've introduced from Star Wars Galaxies. I think the other one is the Decimator, which is basically the Imperial equivalent, and we will see that in Battle 7.
Another bandit down.
There goes another convoy ship. Okay, that's something to talk about here. So, many of you might notice that when you're aiming your ship up at the poles of the map, either the top or the bottom, it suddenly comes rather hard to keep your ship level. This is basically an issue with the engine itself. I think it's gimbal lock, basically. I don't know the technical reasons for it, but basically, when you're trying to fly straight up or straight down, the game doesn't quite know how to lock you in place, and so it kind of keeps shifting your ship away from that direct north or direct south. Unfortunately, there's been no possible fix for that. It's very irritating when you have to kind of fight your ship to keep a lock on. If a ship keeps going that way, I tend to break off just so I can either try and find something else to shoot at, or at least allow that ship to swing about and come away from the poles. It's very irritating. I wish there would be a fix for it, but unfortunately that's not likely. %34% of the convoy lost. This should be okay though. Yep, all the rebels are dead.
Whoa! Woo!
Oh no, sorry. One X-Wing. Now they're all dead. So now we just need to wait for the convoy to enter hyperspace. Took a lot of fine-tuning to actually get the convoy to behave the way I wanted it to, so had some interesting issues getting that fleet initial hyperspace jump from the fleet from the first region to the second one. Ships would not arrive in the formation I'd put them in, or would end up close together, or in worst cases just smashing into each other, which is obviously something you don't want. It turns out that I basically have to make each craft an individual ship. If they're part of a wave of ships, this seemed to cause issues, at least for capital ships and hyperspacing from one region to another. So, oh, there's that lovely little bug again, but that's cool. You get a nice 3D perspective of the convoy and the escort ships. So yeah, a lot of sort of tedious work getting the waypoints all aligned up so they're going straight forward. And at this point, trying to get them to hyperspace roughly at the same time. As you can see, it doesn't quite still work out. A few ships go first, and then the rest of the convoy will follow suit sort of a minute later. Which I suppose is fine, as some of them get away faster than others. Especially if you're in a combat situation, you want to get everyone out as soon as possible. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass to get waypoints working for a large fleet. Certainly if you want to stay in a particular formation. There they go. So I guess we can head off ourselves now. Hyperspace buoys, you know, you can jump at no matter what direction you're in. Makes sense. But... And we're back at Zaarin's base. Mission complete. Again, looks beautiful.
Successfully. He took some losses, but those losses...
And what do we have here? We've got a fleet of capital ships. Glory, a couple of modified frigates, a strike cruiser, 4 Aquitans as well. So again, we're starting to show off more the power of Zaarin's fleet, which is way bigger than whatever Harkov had. And already behind us we've got 2 Ecliptic Star frigates as well, so this is already kind of 3 times the firepower whatever Harkov had. And it also makes sense that, you know, after the last attack in Mission 1, Zaarin has beefed up his defences considerably to prevent any such attack again. Come to dock in the research hangar, which is also that came with a late hangar edition.
On to the debriefing room at once.
It's kind of cool seeing all these different hangar types we've got.
Well done. As expected, the rebels intercepted the convoy and attempted to destroy it. Thanks to your efforts, their attack was thwarted with only minor losses. However, they are continuing to employ this new warhead technology that bypasses a ship's shields and temporarily disables its weapon systems, leaving it defenseless. This represents a grave threat to our forces in the future. With the rebels' guerrilla-style hit-and-run tactics, this new technology would be extremely effective for them, even hitting targets they would normally avoid due to heavy defenses.
So yeah, it's quite a powerful little weapon. You know, if you can bypass heavy defenses with just by disabling their weapons, you can. It's a really huge advantage to have, tactically speaking.
Alongside the new beam weapon technology and the TIE Defender materials. Why he needs such quantities of munitions and supplies is puzzling, and the Emperor will be sure to have questions for him.
So yeah, another bit of foreshadowing there as to what's going on. And here we go. Another, I think our second mid-mission or mid-campaign cutscene for the main story.
We have finished our analysis of Admiral Zaarin's new TIE fighter. It outperforms the new TIE Advance.
Excellent. The Admiral is fortunate it did not fall into rebel hands. Why was security so careless?
Admiral Zaarin suspects a rebel spy has infiltrated his research facility. He is investigating.
These rebel spies just get everywhere, don't they?
He reports that the rebels have a new weapon technology.
Keep me informed. The rebels must not gain any advantage.
It's kind of interesting, the cutscene there. They use, obviously, I think from Return of the Jedi, the Emperor's turning in his command seat there, because that's not the normal sort of artwork you see there. Oh, we got promoted. We're a commander now. So yeah, it's a nice little blend of motion capture from the films and the normal artwork of the cutscene. Ooh, Captain Finlay. That's it's the lady on my wall, isn't it? Yes. Well, hello there. Okay, well that was Battle 6 Mission 2. join me next time for Battle 6 Mission 3, where we try and stop this Magpulse technology. Until then, good hunting.